Hey, Michael Carrington here, and in this episode of Billionaire Mentorship Advice, I'm going to introduce you to Grant Cardone. Now, Grant might not even need an introduction from me because over the last 5 years, he's been dominating the social media and internet airwaves with high value and impactful content. In fact, you're going to be able to hear it straight from Grant himself. I've compiled a short list of clips where he goes over concepts from business, success, the hustle mindset, self-confidence, to routine, to love, marriage, and even happiness. So I'm really excited for you because you're really about to get a treat. So stay tuned and keep watching.
Let's face it, everybody's got 2 cents and everybody's got 2 minutes. So here's my 2 cents in under 2 minutes. Most people have happiness confused with feeling good. I know, okay, I'm an expert on this. The first 25 years of my life, I was only interested in feeling good. Like a child, like an immature kid at 23 years old, I wanted one thing, feel good. Dude, I'd do anything to feel good, okay? I did things that made me feel bad about myself because I felt good for that long. Everything from alcohol, drugs. I did anything and everything, maybe like you through my life, just to feel good for a moment. I sacrificed real happiness for feeling good. Look, the truth is there's a major difference between feeling good for a moment and creating happiness in your life. So I wrote an article recently about how to be happy. This is my little simple formula for how to be happy. There's 3 simple steps. Number 1, you have to be responsible for your happiness, man. Your wife can't give it to you. Your mommy can't give it to you. Daddy can't give it to you. Your kids can't bring you happiness. They can make you feel good. Okay, a hug from my little girl makes me feel good, but it can't make me happy forever, okay? Number 2, you have to dedicate yourself to being great at something. Look, when you're great at something, you're gonna be happy, period. When you're not good at something, I'm not good at plumbing or electricity, okay? Literally, I can turn the switch on in the room, but after that, I'm lost, dude. I'm not happy after that. I can't produce happiness after that because I'm not great at it. I'm mediocre. Anywhere you're mediocre or below par and not great at something, you're not going to be happy. The last one is there's a big difference between being happy and feeling good. Get on a happiness scale. This is what I do. Like in my marriage, okay? Probably one of the most difficult places and the most important places to be happy and to feel good is in your marriage. So what I do in my marriage, okay, is I always look, hey Grant, where are you right now on a scale from 0 to 100? Get on a happiness scale. If I'm above 90, man, I'm good. How can I raise it a couple of points? I don't think I got to be 100. I don't need 100. I didn't even need 100 to get out of college, okay? So I'm looking at, man, how happy am I on a scale from in my marriage, in my business, in my work, with my finances, with my children, how happy am I? If I'm above 90, I'm good. If I'm below 90, what can I do right now to increase this to 95? Try this, okay? It's my happiness formula, a gift from Grant to you. Be happy. Let's face it, everybody's got 2 cents and everybody's got 2 minutes. So here's my 2 cents in under 2 minutes. Hey, Grant Cardone here talking to you today about some self-confidence. Where do you get your self-confidence? You can't buy it at the store, folks. Can't dress it up. Can't eat it. You can't buy it. You can't even manufacture it yourself. You have to go build self-confidence. This is a topic that's near and dear to my heart, okay? Because I remember being 25 years old, scared to death of people. 29 years old, started my speaking career, terrified of the people I had to go to. Didn't call on anybody for a year because I was literally frozen in fear. And one day somebody said something to me, dude, you need to handle your self-confidence issue. So I went and bought a suit and I didn't feel any better. I went and bought a car, didn't feel any better about myself. I mean, I felt a little better for a second. Look, self-confidence is the only outfit you can't buy. This is an inside job. You got to study, you got to learn, you got to practice, and you have to do the hard things. Self-confidence comes from repeating experiences that are difficult. Same place courage comes from. You know, the guy that does something that's courageous is given the title of being courageous. It's not because he went and wore courageous. It's because he went and did something. Look, if you want to build self-confidence, you can listen to the subliminal tapes. It's not going to work. You can go do hypnotism. It's freaking ridiculous. You need to be more aware, more alert, and you need to do more. Some of the ideas that people are throwing at you guys right now to build your self-confidence, you're going to eat different and feel better, you're going to do this and feel, look, you need to get in front of people, do the things you're scared to do to get the self-confidence you want to have, period. It's not on sale. It's not at Bloomingdale's, Macy's, it's not at Toyota, it's not on the radio, dude, it's an inside job. I can't help you with it. You got to take what I'm giving you in these blurbs, blabs, streams, scopes, cats, whatever you're calling it, the posts, the streams, the Instagrams. Hey man, I need to take that and start applying it in my life. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself feeling worse and worse and worse about yourself. You want to go walk on fire? Go do it. Is that going to build your self-confidence? I doubt it. Okay, I doubt it, man. Go spend $8,000 on a weekend. That will not improve your self-confidence. The only thing I know for sure that will change your sense of self is the actions you take getting in front of other people. Other people. People you don't know. People you're scared to talk to. You're sitting there trembling. Do your pitch until you don't tremble anymore. Self-confidence, an inside job. It's not a suit you put on. It's not a car you drive. This is not something you buy. This is something you develop. Let's face it, everybody's got 2 cents and everybody's got 2 minutes. So here's my 2 cents in under 2 minutes. Hey, Grant Cardone here, New York Times best-selling author and your friend in sales and in business. I want to talk to you today about your personal freedom. We're going to give this a different word here in a second, but for right now, I was talking to a friend last night, a guy that works closely with me. I greatly respect this guy. And he asked me a question. He's like, Grant, what would happen if you got wiped out completely? Like you had nothing left. I'm like, dude, if they took all my checking, all my savings, my business collapsed, I'd just crank up again. Because I got the hustle muscle. And he's like, what? I said, I got the hustle muscle. You know what I'm saying? This is hustle muscle right here, baby. Hustle muscle. It's not just in your biceps or your whatever. These are called the pecs or the triceps, okay? The hustle muscle is in the heart, dude. See, you could take everything from me. You could even take my biceps, my beautiful biceps away, but you can't take my spirit from me, man. You can't take my hustle muscle. You can't take me getting up every day, pushing and grinding and shoving and making things work. See, that is where your true freedom comes from. The idea, man, that you got skill and ability and hustle. See, when you have that, it doesn't matter what they take from you. They could take all my money from me. They can take close all my checking accounts down, freeze all my savings, whatever, whoever they is. They could take it all away from me. And a guy or a gal that's got hustle muscle, a kid, doesn't matter how old you are, 17 or 77. Man, if you got hustle muscle, you're free. You're always going to be free because it's going to be your skill set and your ability to motivate. It's not going to be because of what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens to you, man. Get your hustle muscle on. Work your hustle muscle out. And anytime you use the term hustle muscle, any of you rappers in LA or New York or wherever you rappers come from, when y'all start dropping my hustle muscle, Dre and Eminem, into your spit, you got to give Cardone credit for the hustle muscle. Hey, Grant Cardone here, New York Times best-selling author, and I want to talk to you about 5 tips that I can give you right now to grow your small business or as an entrepreneur, start your business and start it on the right foot. Number one, you must make revenue your God right now. Okay, I know that sounds like sacrilegious, but the reality is this. Your business and the future of your business, whatever you're selling books or training programs, or you're selling a food product, or you're starting a small business that services clients, look, revenue is the growth of your company. The revenue of your company determines how successful you're going to be in the next quarter and then again next year. Revenue is your God. You need to get every department, every person either assisting in revenue or the direct contribution of revenue in your company. Number 2 thing I want you to do is this. I want you to not discount your products anymore. I want you to take that out of your formula, out of any considerations. Oh, well, let's lower our price. No, I want you to get rid of that, okay? That is taboo for somebody who wants to grow their business. Free things, okay? Giving away free things, dropping the price of your products. You need to just eliminate that concept. I want you to say, hey, this is the price of our product. This is what we're selling our product for. And I want you to build the value add proposition until it finally gets that price, okay? 3rd thing I want you to do is this. I want you to fill up your pipeline. Most people run scared on revenue, the first 2 points, revenue, and then drop their price only because their pipeline's not full enough. I want you to load the pipeline up with opportunities. When a 2 o'clock appointment doesn't show up, you're like all discouraged. This is why. It's not because your 2 o'clock appointment didn't show up. It's because your pipeline wasn't full of somebody at 2:15, 2:30, 3 o'clock. Look, load your pipeline up. You want new problems, not old problems. You know what I mean by that? A new problem is this. 2 o'clock canceled. Oh my gosh, that gives me some breathing room for 2:15. Old problem is what? 2 o'clock cancels and you don't have anything to fill it up with. So fill the pipeline up with lots of opportunities. Number 4, I want you to dominate your sector. I don't want you to compete in it. I don't want you to play in it. I don't want you to spectate in your sector anymore. I want you to consider if you're cutting hair, doing massages, selling cupcakes, selling automobiles, you're doing social media, a guru guy, okay? Whatever you're doing, you're on Twitter, Facebook, I want you to dominate the sector. If you're going to advertise in the New York Times, I want you to dominate the New York Times, or I don't want you to go play in the New York Times. You get it? I want you to dominate the sector. If you're going to work a neighborhood, I want you to dominate that neighborhood. Literally cover it up. Own that space. Do not compete in it. Competition is the worst thing a small business or an entrepreneur can think with. And the fifth thing I want you to do is this. I want you to increase the number of personal visits you're making to your clients. And I want you to increase it by 10 times. I write about this in the 10X rule. Increase all activity 10 times what you think is necessary, and particularly when it comes to personal visits. Personal visits in the machine age, in the social media age of Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., personal visits are the most valuable thing a small business owner can do. Hey, good luck on growing your business. Love is an action. Love for me is something I do, not something I feel. Love is something I don't talk about. It's something I deliver every day. Love for my wife means taking care of her and us. It means enduring our future, guaranteeing our happiness, spending time together, creating a life where we can grow older together, experience life together, and have something later in life. For my kids, it's similar, but it's very different. I have to make time for them. I need to set an example for them. I find the more I practice and demonstrate love and do loving things, the more capacity I have to actually experience other people loving me and maybe admiring me. Hey, this might be a sappy message for you. I know I'm always talking about business and money and success, but love is critical. It's vital. It's vital to your existence. Why have all the success if you're not going to have some love?
Being married to an entrepreneur is hard work, but it's worth it when it works.
You got your hands full every day like I do. You got kids, you got a marriage that you're trying to work, a business that you're trying to make work, and finding time for the kids, and keeping it spontaneous. Boy, that was good last night.
Oh, shut up. Nobody teaches you how to manage a business or manage a relationship or marriage. Everybody's just trying to do the best that they can. The purpose of the show is to give you some tools on how to make the marriage and the business work. We don't do it perfect, but we're figuring it out.
Hello and welcome to the G&E show. It's always very lively over here.
My God, man, she was just going. I thought she was going to implode on us right before the show here, throwing stuff around.
Hey, got to keep you on your toes. Spontaneous.
No, that's not. Hey, ladies, that's not the way you keep your man on their toes, by being completely unpredictable and acting like you're PMSing on any given day.
Mm. So the reason we
it
do
makes
this
even
show,
the most attractive
the purpose of this show is, what is the purpose? Let's go back to the purpose. What is the purpose?
Purpose of what? Purpose right now. Shit, I'm just trying to hang on for the next 38 minutes.
Is it keeping it
Two
fresh?
worlds collide. Two worlds collide.
Yeah, what
Here
happened?
Here you are. Everything was going fine. You were operating. Let me just bring you back to before you had the person you're with, okay? Everything was going fine. I mean, the only thing you really complained about was being alone, masturbating.
Ew.
You know,
I don't think I don't think people complain about that, actually.
Yeah, you're going home. You go out to the clubs. You don't see the guy or the gal. You go home. You're by yourself. You're lonely. Then you go out with somebody, and you're like, oh, what a freaking disappointment. And then you finally hooked up with this right person. Okay, that settled in for a little while, and then all of a sudden they started pulling their stunts. and this is where the two worlds collide, okay? And that's where you're at now.
And
that's
how do you handle the business of a relationship with the business of life?
Yeah, and if you're a person that's lucky enough to have a job, to have work, to be doing something you're really passionate about, and then you meet this other person that's really passionate about what they're doing, right?
Definitely.
And then you got to figure out, hey, how do these two worlds now
commingle,
communicate
in the
without
same
being
universe?
codependent? How do they operate? How they gets along with one another? What's going on with you today, man?
Well, we are talking about keeping it fresh. Keeping it fresh today. After
Fresh
10
and
years.
exciting. What's that song?
So, yeah,
Keep
you
it
had
fresh? No, what's that song?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, you mean so fresh and so clean?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that
fresh and
one,
so
okay.
clean. Hey, my name's Grant Cardone. This is at Elena Cardone. Every
If
week.
you have tips, call in 305-865-8668. Go on.
Every week we come to you to talk about your relationship, what you're doing to make it work. We love to hear from you about what is going on for you in your relationship where you make it work, you get through the challenges, the potholes. You know, that's what we're doing, man. We're just trying to figure it out. And I'm always like, hey, how do we keep it fresh? How do I keep my business fresh? How do I keep my outfit fresh? Folks, you got to keep it fresh to be valuable to the marketplace, to be valuable to the economy, to be valuable to even your kids or the one you love. You got to keep it fresh.
Yeah, you do. Make make an effort.
Yeah,
What?
you're always surprising me a little bit. Like,
oh, yeah?
like, no, I think about.
Oh, this is not a good thing? Okay.
Well, you see, I think there's a fine line between being, keeping it fresh and surprising me a little bit, and being completely unpredictable and the surprise shocking me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally know what you're saying because, you're a very out there guy for me too. And so sometimes we'll be at like a party scene or scenario and you walk this very fine line and sometimes you say things in my world cross the line. So I'm constantly like getting shocked too.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
I know exactly what you mean.
Because like we were here in Miami yesterday. I was driving to someplace and I moved to the right lane. There's 3 lanes, the left, the right. I'm in the middle. And Elena grabs the door. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? Okay. It freaking shocked me. It was scarier than
crashing into the vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you see, now that I know that it really upsets him that like I try to co-pilot the car, I've made an agreement to him that no matter what, even if I see you're about to crash and I see that he doesn't even see it, I'm just going to mind my own business.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm done.
She says that till she doesn't.
No.
So how do you keep it fresh,
I'm trying
folks?
now,
Okay,
for real.
Okay.
I'm
how
going
do
to
you
give
keep
that
it
to you.
How do you keep it fresh in your relationship? How do you keep it fresh in your marriage? How do you keep it fresh with the person that you said you love the most? Because I see a lot of people out there spending more time on their clothes, where they go out, the TV they watch, or planning a fresh vacation, a new place to go, than they do on their relationship. And I got to say, I've been guilty of that lately.
Yeah, but
I haven't been keeping it fresh, in the G&E. I'm going to keep it fresh.
Okay.
So we want to talk today about how can you keep it fresh. I mean, look, we're not doing this show for you. We're doing it for us. We think this show will actually save our marriage from some bitter-ass divorce.
Ooh.
And back to the days.
That's actually, I disagree with that. We have never gotten to the point of like the D word. We've never said it.
You can't talk for we. You can talk for you.
That's true because the few episodes
I threatened
ago,
her right there. You see, I put the D thread on her. Put the D thread.
That
ain't the Dallas Cowboys, by the way.
To keep it fresh, and I think there's some things that need to remain sacred. And I believe one of those is never mention that word. And if you're going to mention it, be prepared to follow through with it. And so I have never mentioned the word.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, because when I mention it, it should be a very scary moment. Because it's not on my radar. It's not an option for me. When I took my vows in the beginning, I told you I will be with you to the end. You are my guy, and it's up to me. It's my responsibility to make it work. So I have to do what I need to do to make sure
Keep
that
it fresh,
works.
Fresh and exciting.
Yes. So
fresh.
D does not exist in my vocabulary.
The D for you
Maybe
is
my
an
thoughts
electrical
every
device.
now and then, but not my vocabulary.
D is an electrical device. Hey, this is Grant Cardone at Elena Cardone. You're watching the G&E Show, sponsored and brought to you by Whatever It Takes Network. Stay right with us. We'll be back to talk about our fresh tips. Let's face it, everybody's got 2 cents and everybody's got 2 minutes. So here's my 2 cents in under 2 minutes. Grant Cardone here. Number of millionaires in America grew 200,000 in 2011. That was last year. Sounds like a lot of people, right? Truth is, it's only 2%. It was actually higher in 2009 and 2010. Why am I telling you this is a Grant rant? You want to be a millionaire? It is possible. Trust me, it's possible. Get your millionaire head on. You know, I did a rant earlier about everybody's a millionaire at something. Millionaire of excuses, a million times you've breathed, a million times you probably got in a car, shut the door, millions of things you've done millions of times over and over, some of it good, some of it bad. There are now 8.6 million households in the U.S. with a total net worth, minus their principal residence, that's very, very important for you to know, that have $1 million or more. That's good news. That's good news. Would you agree? Don't be envious of them. Figure out, hey, what are these people doing, man? Millionaires are being created at a time when things are so uncertain, or is it just the rich people getting rich? No, that's not true. 2/3 of the people that were made into millionaires in the last decade are self-made first generation. You know what that means? It means they're new millionaires. They didn't come from somebody else's money. So look, it's possible. 200,000 new millionaires. I want you to be one. Get your head on, get your game on, okay? Get your focus in, get your work ethic there, and start putting your focus on not just money, but the creation of a great product, okay? More customers, a solution in the marketplace, and you too, yes, you too, the guy says in the infomercial, you too can be a millionaire. When I get up early, I feel better. I just feel better. It just feels good. It's good. When I get up, I beat the sun up, man. I got up before the cameraman did. Whoa, it's cold this morning. You can beat that freaking thing up. Get up before it is, gives you a sense of, I'm winning, man. I hadn't even done anything. All I did was get out of bed. So, you know, I dress for success, man. I got to grab my favorite watch out of here. You know, you got to have your favorite watch. Spend probably 15 or 20 minutes a day just responding. Beat the sun up. See, that encourages him. And he encourages me. And it just works. It works. We all help each other. Listen to the birds, huh? Hope you're gonna have a great day today, because I am. I'm gonna have a great day. If it's a bad day, I'm gonna turn it into a great day, because that's what I do. Some of the days that have started off bad for me have been the best days of my life. You just gotta hang in there. You gotta stay in there. You gotta keep pushing and shoving and say, dude, I'm gonna make a bad day a great. I'm gonna flip this thing. I'm gonna turn it on its head. It's just a day. Just a day. Let me turn this thing. You turn enough bad days into great days, you'll end up with a great life. That's it, man. They don't teach that in school. Yay, man, what's up?
Well, yeah, what's up, man? What's up?
Say, man, what's up with you, man?
Say, man, what's up?
Oh, no, man, what's up with you, man?
Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? What's up? I'm thinking about you, man. I'm saying, what's up, my man?
Man, I'm saying, man, what's up so high that the balloons can't fly?